All negative accounts were removed from the credit file, including 4 American Express credit cards. On November 26th, they had a 76-point credit score increase. And on December 2nd, there was a 153-point credit score increase. So this client had a 485 credit score on December 2nd, 2024, which was only a couple weeks ago. Now, as of December 11th, which was a couple of days ago, they had a 638, right? So from a 485 to a 638 within a matter of several days. All right, so let's take a look at what happened on their TransUnion. Now, as y'all can see, there was a 153-point credit score increase, and this is only since December 2nd, 2024. So they're currently at a 638. Now, we still got more work to do, but this is a client who got set up with us during Black Friday, and already we have an account removed. So Digital EFCU, this was removed from their credit report between December 2nd and December 11th. From this client had 400 credit scores across the board. So sometimes it's not always that 200 or 150 point increase at once. Sometimes it might be 80, 60, whatever the case is, depending on when the items are being removed from the credit report. Now let's look at all the accounts that were removed. American Express, Money Lion, Digital FCU, another American Express. So as y'all can see, we're getting accounts removed off the credit report extremely fast. Now, we've been getting a lot of great results for clients. And so what we wanted to do is continue to extend the promotions. A lot of you guys chose to take advantage of the Black Friday and Cyber Monday. And even right now, people are getting results very quickly. So we're going to just continue that throughout the rest of the year. So if you've been on the sidelines as far as getting your financial reputation restored, getting your credit restored, we have a New Year's special that we're going to run for the next 2 weeks. So from now into December 31st, we have special discount pricing for anyone who wants to go into 2025 with a restore credit profile, so you can get access to money from the banks and continue to build your wealth. We've dropped a link in the description of the video, so you can go ahead, schedule an appointment. You could also give us a call. I've dropped the 800 number down below. From now until December 31st, we're running our New Year's special, so you can go into 2025 with good credit. That's all for today. Until next time, take it easy, and we'll talk to you soon. Peace. So I wanted to share this testimonial. Now, one of our clients recently got over 168-point credit score increase. They started working with us back in September. So since September 13th to October 14th, which is 2 days ago, as of the date of this video, which is October 16th, their credit score increased by 168 points. And so they were in the low fives. Right now, they're up to a 747. A 747 within a matter of about 4 weeks. We've been able to jumpstart their credit score. Now, as you can see, over a 227-point credit score increase. So we were able to get Navy Federal credit cards completely wiped off the credit report. Now, I just want to refresh this, right? All right, let's hit the F5. As you see, it's loading. We're actually logged into Credit Karma, and 2 major updates for this client. Now, to give you guys some perspective, this client recently signed up about 3 to 4 weeks ago. Already, look at what's going on. So on TransUnion, they actually got a 166-point credit score increase. And then on Equifax, they had a 227-point credit score increase so far. I always want to show you guys receipts. As you can see, it's October 14th, right? So these are recent testimonies, right? This is something that we're doing on a weekly basis and giving you guys multiple different examples of us being able to get all different types of accounts removed off the credit report. Just between these 2 bureaus that I'm showing you right now, there's a lot of movement in their credit score. So this client was at a 496 and they got a 166-point credit score increase. Now, let me just say that again. They were at a 496 credit score, and now they're up to a 662 on TransUnion, and then they were at a 517 on Equifax, and now they're at a 744. Now, I know choosing the service for your credit restoration is a big decision, but regardless of who you decide to go with, ask them to show you proof of recent testimonials where people are getting these massive credit score increases in a short short period of time. Now, right here, we can see some recent changes. Now, we found 13 changes to your Equifax credit report. So right here, you see a collection removed from the file. So between August 17th, 2023 and October 14th, 2024, which is today, your LVNV funding collections account was removed from the credit report. So LVNV is a collection company, right? Now, right here it says, this is great news. Collection accounts can do a lot of damage to your credit score. So getting one removed is often great for your credit health. And I tell people all the time, before you start applying for funding, you have to get collections removed, right? And if you don't do anything, as it says right here, collection accounts are typically removed after 7 years or could be removed due to a dispute or settlement, right? So if you basically do absolutely nothing, it's going to sit on your credit report for 7 years and put you in a high risk. But if you do decide to get your credit fixed, as it says right here, it could be removed with a dispute. And that's exactly what we did for this client. Look at all these accounts that were removed. Regions Bank, removed from your file. Credit One Bank, removed. Austin Capital Bank, Navy Federal. So we were able to get Navy Federal credit cards completely wiped off the credit report. And all of these accounts were derogatory accounts that was dragging this customer's credit score. But as you can see, once we got all these negative accounts and collections removed off their credit report, their credit score skyrocketed 227 points. Let's just look at what's been done so far on TransUnion. So TransUnion had a 166 point increase. So let's look at the 17 changes on the TransUnion credit report. All right. So collection accounts removed, right? LVNV funding. Now there was another collection removed. All right. You have a bunch of these accounts: Bank of Missouri, Verizon Wireless, Navy Federal. So we're seeing a lot of the same accounts removed that were removed from Equifax is also getting removed from TransUnion. So this is not like it's just one bureau. The way we're able to get it removed, we're attacking all three bureaus at the exact same time. So again, multiple accounts removed right off the credit report. As you can see, Verizon Wireless, account removed. Navy Federal, account removed. Regions Bank, Credit One. So we're getting a lot of these accounts completely knocked off the credit report. Now let's go over the important factors, right? So when it comes to payment history, credit card usage, and derogatory marks, we want the credit profile to always look like this, right? Or at least payment history and derogatory marks. Now, credit card usage, we want that to stay below 10% ideally, but these are the factors that should pretty much remain constant. Now, looking at some of the other ones, right? Inquiries, total accounts, credit age, these are always usually going to change, right? So when you open up a new credit account, all of these factors are going to be impacted generally. But more importantly, we want to focus on these factors right here, because this is going to be the biggest component of your credit is your payment history, and you want it to be 100%. If it's not, then you need to get your credit repaired. As you can see, child support enforcement deleted from the credit report. So as it says right here, this item was removed from your credit report. As you can see, this was on September 17, 2024, deleted from the credit report. So this was before and this is after. So we were able to successfully get child support deleted off the credit report. This is an absolute game changer. Now, as you can see, before and then after, deleted off the credit report. Now, here's some more results. Discover Financial Services, deleted off the credit report. Portfolio Recovery Associates. I know some of y'all might know about that. This item removed from the credit report. As you can see, deleted. Here's another one. Portfolio Recovery Associates, deleted. Ally Financial, deleted. And it goes on and on and on. So this client right here was in the low 600s until they start working with us. On July 17th, 2024, they were at a 604, right? So let's fast forward about 2 weeks later. All right. So remember, July 17th, and then we have July 30th. So this is exactly 2 weeks. They went from a 604 to a 739. That's over 135 point credit score increase. Now, let me show you this again. A 604, and then 2 weeks later, they're at a 739 credit score. Now, and this client was able to get approved for a $50,000 business line of credit. But before they were able to get this results, not only did we have to build up their credit profile, but also restore their credit. Now, one of the biggest biggest mistakes I see in the funding space is that a lot of people apply prematurely, meaning that they have sub 700 credit scores and they're applying for business funding or personal funding and they're getting denied. Now, I don't know who needs to hear this, but if your payment history does not look like this, then you need to get it addressed. Now, this client has a 700 credit score, but let's take a look at where they were when they first started working with us. So as y'all can see, on November 12th, 2024, which it was about a month ago as of today, so they went from a 534 on November 12th. 5 days later, on November 17th, they jumped up to a 614. And then just a couple days after that, they jumped up to a 703. And currently they're at a 700. So overall, we've seen over 160 point credit score increase within a matter of 30 days. Now let's take a look at what resulted in the credit score increase. So as y'all see, on November 12th, they were at a 534. And then they jumped up 80 points. All right. So now that puts them at a 614. So in 5 days, they increased by 80 points. Their credit score increased by 80 points. Then a couple days later, on November 23rd, we see this 89 point credit score increase. So let's take a look at what resulted in this 89 point jump. All right. So as y'all see, this is as of November 23rd, 2024. There were 6 changes on the TransUnion credit report, which resulted in an 89 point credit score increase that put them over 700. First thing we see, Goldman Sachs Bank, U.S. General Motors. So this is the GM Goldman Sachs credit card. All right. Balance decrease. So let's see what happened. All right. This only went down by $12. So that's not going to give them that huge jump. Look a little further. We see Headway Capital account removed from the file. On deck capital removed from the file. So for those who don't know what Headway Capital and on deck, those are actually what you consider fintech business lines of credit. So those are actually business accounts. So what happens if you default on some of those business accounts, they'll report it on your personal credit report. And that's what happened in this case. And, it affected their personal credit. But luckily, we were able to get these accounts completely removed from the credit report, which resulted in over 160 point credit score increase overall. And of course, we are also going to get the inquiries wiped off for all of our clients so that they can go for new rounds of funding and not have a bunch of inquiries on their report. So as you can see, we got 2 of them inquiries knocked off as well. So you got inquiries removed, not that big of a deal. And then these derogatory accounts got those wiped off as well. Now, this client still has a way to go, right? So the most important factors, excellent 100% on-time payment history. I can't stress this enough. If this is anything other than 100%, you're going to be classified as high risk. And when you're going for funding, you don't want to give the lenders anything that they could poke holes in as far as your credit worthiness. And when you have less than 100% on-time payments, that automatically puts you in a high risk category. So they also have pretty high utilization. Even at 34%, they're still at a 700. And these were accounts that they wanted to continue to use. So we didn't touch those accounts. We left them as is, and they have 34% utilization. But once this customer pays those balances down, as we're getting them more funding, then their credit score is going to skyrocket even higher. Derogatory marks, excellent. So that has a high impact. 0 derogatory marks. Pretty decent credit age, 7 years, 11 months. A healthy number of total accounts at 27. And of course, 0 inquiries because we get those knocked off for all of our credit restoration clients.